This isn't just a rugby match. This is a town choosing sides, and it's been shaping generations for more than 100 years.
Welcome back to True Talk Media. In this video, we'll be covering the significance of the Paarl Interschools between Paarl Gymnasium and Paarl Boys High.
Stick around, because this is an experience you do not want to miss. Every year during August, a small town in the Winelands becomes the stage for the biggest schoolboy derby on the planet.
Tens of thousands of people will be attending the match today, with hundreds of thousands watching from home. People come from all over just to get this experience, and we even came from Johannesburg just to be here today.
So why does a yearly schoolboy rugby match consistently pull in a crowd bigger than most professional games in this country?
Who do you think's going to win today, Wade?
I think the cards are loaded for Paarl Gym. I think they're going to, with the run that they've had, I think there's going to be 14 unbeaten if they beat Paarl Boys today. So I think it's looking like it's Paarl Gym, but you can never ever write Paarl Boys off, and that's the thing about this derby game. And it's going to be an incredible game. Last year was probably one of the greatest games of rugby I've watched.
It's massive! What a game of rugby!
I mean, it was just amazing, and at schoolboy level, the quality of the game that they put out there is just incredible.
No, it's incredible. And the funny thing is, he's actually commentating at today's game. What? I mean,
yeah, it's pure coincidence that we bumped into you. And it's my third year doing the Interschools, and every year we always come up, and you mentioned it's almost cathartic to come up and ride up to Paarl Rock to overlook Forest Street Stadium, which is in the background here. And it's my third year of doing this. I've made it like a ritual.
truly iconic. As with most great traditions, Interschools started small. It started in 1915 and it was played by both teachers and pupils, which is quite interesting. The first match was won 10-0 by Paarl Boys. But standing here, you realize that Interschools could not be possible if it wasn't for the other team as well.
In 1927, the rules changed to the format we still know today. In more than 100 years, this fixture has only been called off a few times. Once in 1928, and again during the COVID pandemic. Everything else, World War I and II included, it survived.
So what keeps a century-old schoolboy match like this alive? The fact that it's not always about the final score, but it's all about identity. Every tradition here means something. The colors, the war cries, the songs that will be sung here tomorrow will shake the stadium to its very core. Walking through either of the school's halls, you'll be walking past multiple Springbok jerseys. Paarl Gym has seen more Springboks than almost any other school in South Africa. Names like John de Villiers, Skalk Burger, Kobus Wiese, and even Andre Pollard once walked through these legendary gates. A lot of people think Boys High is only about the rugby. And when you look at some of our alumni, it sort of makes sense. We've got guys like Mannetjies Roux, Boy Low, Evan Roos, Samuel Murat, Q and Horn.
But the thing is, Boys High emphasizes the significance of balance. I mean, we've got a billionaire like Chris de Wiese. We've got one amazing actor in Hollywood like Greg Creek. And then we also had a president of Boys High, an old president, Jim Fisher. It emphasizes that Boys High produces balance. A funny story, we trained for cricket here. This was when I was on the 14C, so I wasn't a good cricket player.
I remember.
And we were standing and we were batting. Well, I was batting and I hit a massive shot and I thought, wow, incredible shot. And I just hear, and a car alarm goes off. And there's a Hyundai dealership here around the corner.
Yeah. You hit it all the way to the Hyundai dealership.
And Boys High actually has insurance for it, believe it or not. Yeah. But it was a good shot.
Well,
On
the best shot of your life.
Definitely, my only 6. This was in the time that we were in, or I was in Boys High. I assume it's around the same time. Mr. Derek Swart was our headmaster. And the first podcast I did prior to we established True Talk Media, when it was still True Talk Podcast with Joseph Papa, was with Mr. Derek Swart. And I was a horrible interviewer, but he took out the time to sit down with me and tell amazing stories. Mr. Swart,
Yeah, it was
good
nice.
to see you again. Eh?
Yeah, no, in the same
How's
way.
it being back here at school? Are you enjoying it?
No, it's it brings back lovely memories. You know, for 18 years, I stood on these fields, these exact fields where we are now, coaching the Eagles and the Falcons.
Crazy.
And I remember you played one
did?
match for the Eagles
Yeah.
at some stage, but you were a much better rugby player than that. And
What's your favorite Interschools memory, sir?
my favorite Interschools memory was, I think it was in 2018, when my youngest son, who was also in Paarl Boys, was a student then. So he and his mates were all on the other side there of Forest Street. And there was this weird thing where it was very close, but we were ahead. And then right at the end, we got a penalty.
3 minutes in!
So all the fly-off needed to do was to kick the ball out. But on the television, one of the commentators said, "That's it, the game is over, Paarl Boys has won." And then all the old boys ran onto the field before the match was actually. So that match, as a matter of fact, has never ended.
Still ongoing. and
Still
we're
ongoing.
You know, Interschools has the ability to produce these amazing events.
And that's why the old boys keep on coming back.
By the Friday before the match, you can feel it in the streets. By Saturday morning, there's no pretending anymore. Paarl has picked its side.
Before we jump into the main event, we'd just like to quickly take this moment to ask you to like and subscribe. This would really mean a lot and would help us continue making content like this.
This is Forest Street Stadium. And while it might not look like much at the moment, for one Saturday in August, this is the most crowded spot in Paarl. Over 20,000 supporters are going to flock into the stadium to support their favourite school. No matter the score at full time, I can guarantee you one thing, and that is that everyone will remember their experience for the rest of their lives.
It's a tradition that's very difficult to explain to someone who has never experienced it. You have to hear the singing of songs. See how excited the kids get and the desperation to win the match. You get to see all the emotion on everyone's faces, the highs of winning, the lows of defeat. It's just such an amazing occasion to be a part of. It's also really special to see all the old boys together again, to see friends seeing each other for the first time in years, and to see brothers back in arms. And for me, that's probably the best part about it. It's the fact that everyone keeps coming back. People return to experience the same tradition again. So honestly, I could probably talk about it all day. But I think the best way for you to understand it is to simply come and experience it for yourself.
So I'm standing here with the famous egg chasers. And how did you find today's experience?
Wild, in a word, wild. People had told me, I've had so many people saying, you've got to go to Interschools, you've got to go to Interschools in Paarl. So my expectation was massive.
Yeah.
And it was another level. That was insane. I mean, how do you feel? You're a boys' high guy.
You know, every year it gets better, I promise you. Every single year. You think you would get sick of it, but you don't. The passion, the pride, everything is still there. And you come here and you're just grateful. Like, my heart's full of gratitude, just knowing that I was part of this.
Yeah.
And coming back here after 6 years.
And like the town splits and this stadium splits into the different colours, and then it feels like immediately full-time whistle. Yes, there's like elation and there's despair, but actually everyone's straight away back
Everyone's
together.
united, 100%. And I must say, for me, this is bigger than an All Blacks game. As a South African, I can tell you that. Coming here, there's more passion that I get.
That's a big call.
That's a big call. I'm telling you now, I've got more pride in this when I sit here. I mean, because it's so inherently part of you. South Africa is part of the bigger picture, and we're grateful for it. But this Paarl derby is something truly special for
The
us.
standard on the pitch surprised me how, like the quality
Yeah.
was outrageously good for kids. Like when you think of them as like young men.
Yeah.
And then the occasion, I've not experienced anything like that.
It was so cool to hear Tim's perspective from egg chasers, but we need to hear from a current boys hire as well.
It's back to the drawing board now, finding some new ideas, but yeah, next year we're going to make it special.
Dude, it's the start of something special. And just tell me, you know, sitting on the stands now, what were the emotions that we're going through?
Yo, it was definitely a lot of nervousness. You could definitely feel it. We had our good moments, we had our opportunities, and it was tight for a long part of the game, so it was definitely nervous. But then again, it's just gratitude, just being happy to be here, and yeah, it's just a privilege.
And what would you say to your other boys, our brothers, feeling that loss and experiencing? Any advice for them?
Yeah, I would say take it, because a winner loses more than a loser ever will.
Wow. Thank you,
So
bro. That's super powerful. Thank you, Brad. Honor meeting you. As you can see, he's got his camera in the hand. Real cameraman. Well, that was Interschools weekend. Not the way I wanted it, but I'm sure the Paarl Gymnasium fans are so happy. You know, I'm grateful for this occasion. I'm grateful coming back as an old boy. At the end of the day, it's just a rugby game. It's just schoolboys. The amount of pressure we put on them, the pride and passion that goes into this, it's phenomenal. I mean, I'm probably one of the most passionate old boys. I get hyped up. I say some bad things when we play, But at the end of the day, we're grateful for Paarl Gymnasium. Without them, this would have not been possible.
Interschools was never just about one rugby match. It's about 100 years of boys becoming men and men coming home.
Because in Paarl, tradition doesn't fade. It just waits for next August.
Interschools derby, the biggest interschools derby on earth, has not disappointed. What a heart.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.